Hello again. Welcome to my channel. My name is Philip. In the last video, we completely redefined money. We learned that money is trust, energy, and value exchange. Money is not just cash. Today, I'm giving you the framework to master money. I call it the 4 M's of money. The first M stands for mindset, and this is the foundation of wealth. Your mindset about money determines everything else. And most of us are walking around with broken money blueprints. Think about it. So, where did you learn about money? Probably from parents who were stressed about bills, from ads telling you to buy things you don't need, from friends flexing things they can't afford, from a school system that never taught you financial literacy. Your money mindset was installed by accident, if I might put it that way, but it's time to upgrade it on purpose. So let's break down the mindset shifts that you need. The first mindset shift that you need is moving from scarcity to abundance. So the mindset scarcity usually says something like, there is not enough. If you win, I lose. I need to hoard. But the abundance mindset says things like, there is enough for everyone. I can create more value. Generosity creates circulation. Listen, I'm not saying ignore real financial struggles, but I'm saying this: your beliefs shape your behavior, and your behavior shapes your results. If you believe money is scarce, you will make fear based decisions. If you believe you can create value, you will make possibility based decisions. So, abundance isn't about having more, it's about knowing you can create more. The second mindset shift that needs to happen is moving from that consumer mindset to a creator mindset. Most people are trained to be consumers, buy this, subscribe to that, upgrade here. But wealthy people, things think like people, uh, someone like Elon Musk. They create. These are creators. They produce value. They build assets. They own platforms instead of just using them. A consumer will usually ask something like, what can I buy? But a creator will ask something like, what can I build? A consumer will think like this: oh, I need money to start. But creators will always think something like, I need value to create, and then money will follow. So ask yourself, are you consuming more than you are creating? So there needs to be a shift from that consumer to the creator mindset. The third shift that needs to happen is moving from that short term thinking to long term thinking. The broke mindset chases instant gratification, but the wealthy mindset plays the long game. This doesn't mean you can't enjoy life now. It simply means you make decisions today that your future self will thank you for. So, delayed gratification is the price of financial freedom. Small, consistent actions here and there today compound over time. It's like saving 10,000 naira every month. It doesn't feel like much, but over time, say 5 years, that's almost 120,000 times 5, 600,000 plus whatever growth comes with that. And that leaves you with options. And in some cases, freedom. The fourth shift that needs to happen is moving from that employee to the owner mindset. There's nothing wrong with having a job. Don't get me wrong. In fact, I have a job. But if your only income source is trading time for money, you're in a dangerous position. What if they let you go? And again, time is finite. You can't work 24.1 hours a day. So your income has a ceiling. There's a cap to it. But if you own something like you own a business, a skill, a platform, an intellectual property, you can earn money even while you sleep. I want you to think your money into is first way like linear income. You work and you get paid. And if you stop work, your money stop. But the second income, which is a scalable income, you just need to build something once and it pays you over and over and over again. And here you leverage systems, people, or assets to your advantage. So own something, even if it's small, own something. You can start a side project, build a skill, create some content, offer a service, own something beyond your job title. Mindset is everything. And if you get this right, the rest become easier, which transitions us to the second M, which is making money. So how to earn what you're worth. All right. Now that your mindset is right, let's talk about actually making money. And I'm going to give you the most unpopular truth right now. Are you ready for it? The market doesn't owe you anything. Get that straight. The market doesn't owe you anything. You don't get paid for working hard. You get paid for creating value. And value is determined by the market, not by you. It's people that determine the value you've created. You don't make that decision. Now, before you get discouraged, let me break down the three ways people make money. The first one is the most common one, which is sell your time in terms of regular employment. You trade your hours for cash. It's predictable, it's stable, but it's also limited. If they if this is where you are, that's okay. Don't stay there forever. Use this season to build skills, save capital for the next level. And the second pathway is selling your skills. And we have freelancers and people that do contracting in this category. Here you are still trading time, but you are charging based on the value of your skill, not just hours. Here there is potential for higher income, more control and flexibility. You don't have to wake up at 7 a.m. or resume at 8 or 9 a.m., whatever you do. But the challenge comes with the inconsistency of the income, and you are still the bottleneck, which leads to the risk of burnout because you need to be involved in the process. Though this is a great bridge, you are no longer dependent on one employer, but you are still dependent on your time, which leads to the third pathway, which is selling a system, for example, a business or assets. And this is where you build something that works without you. And that's where you want to be. That's where I want to be. A business, a product, a platform, an investment that needs little to no intervention from you. And it's good because you have scalable income. You can leverage time. Time is no longer against you. You can leverage people. People can do the work for you, and money can work for you. You're no longer working for money. And this is true wealth potential. Of course, it can be high risk, and depending on the complexity, it can require a high capital or skills to get done. Sometimes it can take time to build, but this is the goal. This is the goal. And I'm saying this not because employment is bad, but because freedom requires multiple income streams and systems that work for you. So build assets, not just income. Now, regardless of which part you're on, here's how to increase what you make. How do you increase your income? Let's break it down. Let's talk about your skill. What can you do that others cannot do or will not do? So if you have a high income skill, you make more money. The second thing is thinking about reach. How many people know about what you offer? The more people you can reach, the more money you can make. The third thing is trust. Do people believe you will deliver? Do you keep your word? The more people that can trust you, the more potential for you to make money. And the last one is replaceability. How easy is it to find someone else like you? So if you want to make money, simply learn high value skills, increase your visibility, let a lot of people see you or reach more people, build good reputation, and become irreplaceable in your niche. So value creation is the only real job security. And here's the beautiful part, guys. When you focus on creating real value, money stops being a struggle. It becomes a natural result. It just follows you. You are no longer chasing money. And this leads to the third M, which is managing money, keeping what you make. Okay, so we're talking about money. So now you're making money, which is great. But here's the thing, it's not how much you make, it's how much you keep. So you've heard stories of athletes who make millions and then they go broke, or lottery winners losing it all in few months, or you heard about regular people making six figures, yet they live paycheck to paycheck. Why? Because making money and managing money are two completely different skills. You can have a high income and be poor. You can have a modest income and be wealthy. It's all about what you do with what comes in. And here's the framework I will recommend for managing money. Of course, it's not set in stone and it might vary for you based on the seasons of your life or your living situations. The 70-20-10 rule. So 70% you can allocate for your living expenses like your rent, your food, your transport, your utilities, your lifestyle things, your subscription, the stuff you need to function and enjoy life reasonably. That's basically what that amount is. And if you have the opportunity, you can spend less on living expenses. And for some people, based on their circumstance, they have to increase that number. And the next 20% is for future you. That goes into your savings, your investments, your emergency funds, your skill development. And this is how you build wealth over time, right? And then the last 10% is for impact, where you give, you help others, supporting some cause in your environment. This keeps your heart right. And a budget isn't restriction. It's you intentionally directing your money where to go. And it gives you the permission to spend guilt free. Now I know what you're thinking, like Philip, I can barely cover the 70%. How do I save 20%? And like I said, it's not cast in stone. And your question is a very fair question. If you are starting out, you can adjust the percentages to whatever works for your lifestyle or for your situation. Maybe 80-10-5 or 90-5-5. But the key here is start with something, even if it's 5,000 naira a month, because it's the habits that matter more than the amount. So if you save 5,000 naira a month or $5, depending on where you live, it might be small, but that habit that is consistent pays over time. So that small, consistent action beats big, sporadic efforts. So, three quick managing principles: automate your savings. So, don't rely on willpower. I know most banks out there allow you to set up that automatic transfer the day you get paid. So, set that up, that whatever you're saving automatically gets taken out of your income. And then track your spending. You can't manage what you don't measure. So you need to know where your money is going so that you can plug the leaks. And it can be you having with your spreadsheet, whatever tool you're using, or a notebook, whether it's weekly, daily, or monthly, whatever works for you, as long as you are measuring it. And for me, I used to do it like every week, every month before, but now it's probably about, I do it every quarter because I've done it over time, so I know what's going on. So it might take some time to do that, but there need to be consistent measuring so that you know where you are going, or yeah, you know where your money is going. And the third thing is avoiding lifestyle inflation. So when you make more, don't automatically spend more. Rather, I will encourage you to increase your savings or investment rate instead. So managing money isn't glamorous, but it's the difference between looking rich and being wealthy. You don't want to look rich and be broke, right? But you want to be really wealthy. Which brings us to the last M, which is multiplying money. And this is the fun part, making your money work for you. You no longer work for money. Multiplying money means your money works for you. You stop trading time for money. You start trading money for time, because here time is more important. Freedom is more important. And this is where you move from active income, where you work and earn, to passive income. And here is where your assets work and you earn. And here are some ways to multiply your money. Number one, investing in assets. This is buying things that appreciate over time or generate income, like real estate, stocks, businesses, even intellectual property, like writing a song, writing a book, something like that. The key here is assets put money in your pocket, liabilities take money out. Assets equal things that make you money. Liabilities equal things that cost you money. So which do you want to have more of? Assets or liability? But there are some situations where your assets can also be liability. For example, your car. If you use your car just to go to work or do whatever you need to do, you buy gas, you pay repairs, that's a liability. But instead of you just taking your car to work, let's say you give it out to someone who drives it as Uber or something, and then they come to pick you up and then they give you the returns, then your cars become an asset. Think about your designer shoes. Is it an asset or a liability? It's taking money away from your pocket. It's not bringing money in, so it's a liability. If you have a dividend paying stock, that's an asset because it's putting money in your pocket. So the goal is to buy more assets. The other way you can multiply money is building scalable systems. Something you create once and sell it over and over again. For example, you have a software you've developed or a product you've created or an online course you've made. You just need to put the effort once and then you get paid, you get paid, you get paid over and over again. Instead of you working and get paid once. Here, you just need to do the work once and get paid over and over again. And we're in the creator economy. You build something valuable and it works for you 24/7. And this leverage is the secret to wealth. The third thing is investing in yourself. The best investment you'll ever make is in yourself, your skills, your health, your network, because everything else can be taken away. But what you know and who you are, that's yours forever to keep. So invest in becoming the person who attracts the life you want. So, guys, my encouragement to you as we just do a recap of these four M's in this framework. Number one, mindset. Fix your beliefs about money. Number two, which is the making of money, create value. And then number three, which is managing. Keep what you make. Let your money be directed intentionally. And number four, multiplying. Make money work for you through assets and systems. If you master these four M's, money becomes your servant, not your master. So you have the framework, but you might be thinking, Philip, does this actually work in real life? In the next video, I'm going to share three stories of people who used these principles. Plus, I'll give you 12-step action plan to start today. So don't miss it. See you in the next video.